Hello and welcome to another episode of Daimlar Motorsports, where we review daily and performance cars that you might be interested in buying. Today we have something different, an American icon, American muscle. What else do you expect when you talk about the American muscle? Today we have the 2015 Ford Mustang.
Kenya has grown tremendously over the past few decades. There was a time when you spoke about cars like the Ford Mustang, Bentley, and you wondered why they never sold locally. The middle class is increasing and the demand for cars is also increasing. The government put a very high duty on older car models, and therefore Kenyans are now buying brand new cars. With that, more and more dealerships are opening here.
Before we go into the specifications of the Ford Mustang 2015 Eco Boost, let's talk about the design. The car is made in such an elegant design. We can see the trims, the curves, they remind me of something. But I tell you, the trims that you find in this car are not the trims that you'll find in any other ordinary Probox or whatever car that you'll find out there. Similar to the C63, as you can see, these are aerodynamic trims to assist with the airflow and everything. It's just an elegant, mean and professional car.
The Mustang first appeared in 1964 in the United States, but this is the first ever stallion to be made right-hand drive, therefore making it suitable for the Kenyan market. The Mustang was redesigned in 2015, featuring an independent suspension to replace the live axle in the rear end, and introducing a turbocharged 4-cylinder in addition to the V6 and the V8 engines. Technically, the Ecoboost Mustang is the least Mustang of all the Mustangs.
So now let's talk about the rear of this car. As you can see, this car boasts a really wide rear, just like from any other model of the Ford Mustang. And one really special feature about this car that I really like is the lights. Let's just take some time and recognize these lights. You don't find this light in any other car. As you can see, we have 3 bars over here. We have the hazards and the brake lights and the reverse lights. They are all in one. It's really beautiful and I really like this design.
Big news about this Mustang is the Ecoboost part. Of course, this is the first Mustang to have anything named Eco, and the boost part is pretty important too. Boost, of course, referring to turbocharging, which most of you may be familiar with.
So let's talk about the design of the headlights. First, they give the car a really mean and enticing look, and we have one main projector and the daytime running lights, and then we have also the fog lights down here below. So we also have one really special feature about this car. We see the aerodynamics of this car. As you can see, the curves and the trim that they have. This is really nice for airflow that will help in performance, economy, and also just to give the car a really nice curve that we all like, you know. Look at it. Looks so nice.
You get me? Man's not hot.
The Ecoboost does its job remarkably well, even with half the cylinders of the regular Mustang. It looks the part, it sounds the part, but not compared to the V8, and for almost any use you're likely to have it for. It really doesn't matter what's under the hood, a turbo 2.3 litre 4 or a big 5 litre V8. The Ecoboost is a perfectly capable motor for creating all those things so essential for Mustang ownership. The noise, the speed, and occasionally the tire smoke.
So something else to note is the stock lip that comes with the car. These are things that you find in Subarus, Evos, things that people install for themselves, but with the stock car it comes with the lip for itself. And also we have the base model coming with the stock 19-inch rims that you're gonna see over here. They're really beautiful, real nice design, strong and solid. You're gonna love this.
You know like that? You're feeling that? You don't know. I see you shivering in that. Don't get shook, man's air. You're protected him, yeah?
So we all know you just can't drive a car just by looking at it. So let's hop into the Mustang, or as most Kenyans may say, Mustang, and let's just test the interior, because I know most of you are waiting for this. Let's see this. So the first thing that I notice when I hop into the Mustang, so the first thing that I really see is the really long hood. So it's really important for me as a driver to sit properly, and right here we have the sports seats that really hug you properly when you're driving this car. We have the steering wheel that is really ergonomic. We have the steering controls that are in reach for anyone, even if you have some really small hands, you know. And we have really fancy things in this car. We have these buttons over here, the sports, the start buttons, the hazards and everything. They have really fancy switches and everything. So we also have plastic trims and chrome strips that make the car really beautiful. We have a really good infotainment system that has Bluetooth, that has sat nav, something that is really easy to use, doesn't hang like any other Chinese cars, you know. So this car, I can't fail to say that Ford did a really good job into making this car. Like, I just can't complain. We have really nice cup holders over here that you can hold any big bottles. It's really big enough. And yeah, I think that's it for this car. I can say it's really beautiful, really comfortable. You just have fun in this car. This is not just any other ordinary car. Ford, big up for this car.
You know like that? You're feeling that? You don't know. I see you shivering in that. Don't get shook, man's air. You're protected him, yeah? Boom.
So on to the engine, guys. As you see right here, we have a 4-cylinder 2.3 liter turbocharged engine. Now that's the point, that's the difference between the EcoBoost and any other Mustangs. Right here we have a 2.3 liter but turbocharged engine. It's 4 cylinders, and most of you guys will think of V8 is everything in a Mustang, but I can promise you, when you slam that pedal right there, you get 310 horses delivered straight for you guys. The V8 has 400 horsepower, but right here we have 310. That's just 90 short. Not so much big of a difference. So you guys, you'll still love this. The 4-cylinder 2.3 liter turbocharged turbo. You know that car sound, that cuts. You're gonna love it, guys.
The total combined fuel economy figure is an estimate of around 10.1 liters per 100 kilometers. This is good enough for a performance car.
So on to the practicality of the car. It's really simple. We all know that it's a coupe and it's still 4-seater, but the seats are a little bit cranky at the back, so I can advise you to carry maybe someone who's a bit small like me, or the kids at the back. So anyway, on to the trunk. The trunk is really big. It's enough for you to lift things and put, like, you can put anything for a weekend off, outside town, and anything. You can fit enough, you can just fit enough things at the back. We also have a really good spare tire over here. This is just not like any other small donuts that you have in other cars. It's really good for the car itself, really fancy. And also I can say that the practicality of this car is good enough for its function, so don't worry, it can't fail you. Mustang, big up. So 5 things we really love about it 2017 Ford Mustang Eco Boost. Number 1, the design.
Boom. Let's go.
Number 2, the frameless doors. No frame. Number 3, proper lighting. Buana, in and out. Number 4, nice and elegant leather interior. Number 5, the ride height. It's proper for any performance or luxury car. Good enough for the African roads, Kenyan roads. Like, this is not too high, not too low, won't disturb you in bumpy roads.
It's reasonably well spec'd for the money too, offering leather trim, automatic lights and wipers, keyless entry and push to start button, along with Ford's 8-inch capacitive multimedia system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto functionality.
So right here guys, we have a very easy to use infotainment system. Right here we have settings, the vehicle settings. As you can see, you have camera settings and you can go back. We have Android auto preferences. We have you can enable the Android auto. We have the Wi-Fi voice control, valet mode for you to lock it, maybe someone wants to take it, you know. So you also have the display where you can check it out over here with the brightness. You can just change the settings over there. We also have the emergency assistance. Then you can also go to apps. You can add your mobile apps from your phone to this infotainment system. You can add a device or find the mobile apps. We have the navigation system. We have the phone for you to call people and stuff. With climate control, where you have a dual climate control. You can change it like one side for the passenger, one side for the driver. Like everyone can have their own preferences. Then we have the audio. We have 6 speakers in this car that are really good, really nice quality and everything. So on to the next things. Right here we have some buttons in the steering and also at the mode down here. As you can see down here, we have this awesome switches and everything. So this is what they do. The mode right here, when you press it, it comes to the drive mode. We have sport, we have racetrack, and we also have snow and wet. As you can see, we have the sport, the snow and wet. Is there snow and wet, normal, sports plus, and racetrack. The next, we also have the steering feel. You can put sport, you can put comfort, you can put normal. Then also now we go to the traction control. You know, some of us might want to slide around, or you know, the car is still heavy and everything, so you can slide around by turning off the traction control right here. Then we also have the hazards and the engine start button.
The youthful cabin has more richness to it. The aviation theme delivers large, clear gauges and information located directly in front of the driver. The ergonomics are really good, with tactile switches and knobs.
So that was it today guys with the Ford Mustang Eco Boost. We can be sure that this car will give you a value for its money, so be sure to check it out at our website at cars.motorsportskenya.co.ke. Till next time guys, be sure to subscribe. Catch us with these amazing cars. Today it was American Muscle. Till next time guys, see ya.